Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton, and this is Dalton My World. This is EBT update part 2 for December 2021. Can you believe it? We made it, and it's almost Christmas, man. Woo! All right. So, without further delay, let's do this. All right. Now, if you do not hear your state, okay, check out my EBT update for December 2021, part one. Okay. You're probably going to hear it in there. Okay. This is part two. All right. Let's do this. Alabama, Alaska, California, Georgia, Guam, Hawaii, Kansas, and yes, I'm looking at my notes, got my water, just so you know. See me looking down, what the hell was he doing? Okay, let's see. Yep, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, New York, all right, Oklahoma. Man, I used to live in Oklahoma, and I got some really good stories about that. Everything. Sometimes you hear me talk negative Oklahoma, but all my experience in Oklahoma was not negative. I had some very positive experience in Oklahoma. It's some beautiful land out there, with some beautiful people. Okay. Uh, Texas, Washington, okay? And now that wraps it up for the EBT Part 2 states, additional states, okay? Now, I've been looking up and I haven't done complete all my research on it, okay? But I can tell you that the pandemic EBT um, for children has been approved for many states. Okay, so that's the PEBT. Okay, and for a lot of people don't know it, there's two different divisions. You got EBT, okay, SNAP, food stamps, however you want to call it, and then you have the PEBT. The PEBT refers to it has been extended, but it refers to extra money that you're given, and it usually comes in these white cards, okay, for your high school student or child, okay, usually preschool age, all right, and it's money given to you so that during the time that they're off from school, you still can feed your children. Okay, this is super important. And I've been doing my research on it, I haven't completed it yet, but a lot of EBT has been approved. I mean, a lot of PEBT has been approved. Okay, now don't forget, I always try to remind people at the end of the month, a lot of states will also give you an additional emergency allotment. Okay, it could be from $100 up to whatever your family gets. So it's usually a percentage of whatever your family gets. Okay, so let's say for me it could be $100, $200. You about 100, and for like a bigger family, because I'm a single person, so for a bigger family, okay, it could be a lot more than that. And usually it hits around the 20th of the month, this additional money on down, okay? Also, if you don't get very much EBT or none at all, please contact 211 to get some assistance, and they can give you assistance on getting your EBT. I mean, they can give you assistance on getting EBT, but they can also give you assistance on food banks in your area. Because some people, you know, whether they're here legally or illegally, they get kind of leery about having to give out information. So it's best to call 211 and ask for food banks, and then they can show you different food banks in your area so that you can get food, okay? And stay under the radar. Now, one thing I also want to talk about is that college students now can get EBT. Okay, so even if you're a college student, even if you're doing some from home college work, you still can apply for EBT. All right. Now, as I always tell you, the universal number is 211. Call them and get help. All right. Now, the other thing I wrote down I want to talk to you about, anytime you get storm damaged states, yes, I'm talking about Kentucky as well as any other majorly damaged states that have been damaged by storms, okay, then the exception to the rule normally happens. And what I mean by this is that normally if you have EBT, food stamps, or SNAP, you have to get cold food. But if you have a disaster in your state, then, like what happened in Kentucky, then you can also buy hot foods. Okay? So this is important. So if you're out there and you're hungry and you got EBT, you can buy hot foods. Because, a lot of times if Salvation Army puts you up in the, like a hotel or somewhere safe, some of the places may not have a place where you can cook. Okay? So therefore you can get hot foods for you and your family. All right. And so that y'all can survive and eat. Okay? And try to make a bad situation a little bit better. I have been in many bad situations in my life. I'm not saying that I won't be in any anymore, but I'm just saying that I know for a fact that if you're in a really bad situation, help really can't seem to get to you fast enough. Okay? Also, reach out to United Way. This is for everybody. Reach out to United Way. They can also help you with food. United Way can also help you with paying your rent. Okay? So reach out to United Way as well. And don't forget Salvation Army. They're there to help. Okay? For food and rent. Now, because a lot of times if you go through, let's say you want to pay your rent and you go through your state, not trying to get off topic, but you go through your state and you file for a grant to pay your rent, a lot of times, because there's a backlog, it could take you a very long time before you even approved. But to get it approved quickly for food and for rent, places like Salvation Army, United Way, they can do it like that, okay? And if you need food, also don't forget that most food stamps, EBT, okay, SNAP, can give out emergency allotments of food. So they can issue a card and put, like on that same day, an emergency amount of food stamps on that card that you can use that same day. Okay, a lot of stuffs do have that ability. Okay, you just have to call that 211 and get some help and ask. Okay, now, one thing that I wanted to say is that, yeah, my heart do go out for those in Kentucky, as well as any other place that have to go through a disaster. I used to live in Oklahoma for over 16 years. Okay, and I can tell you two things you're going to learn about Oklahoma is the red clay or dirt. Okay, yes, red. It looks red, and tornadoes. Okay, and I've had some close calls with tornadoes, and it's not a joke. Okay, within those 16 years, I had a lot of close calls. All right, now, so my heart goes out to you. Now, one important thing also, thanks for sticking with me, is this is going to be the Christmas segment. Okay, the Christmas segment of EBT. And I always try to tell people this, and I know people forget that. Yes, let's say you find a Christmas present at a store, okay, and it has a toy in it. Okay, that's a win-win, right? Well, as long as 70% of that is food or candy, okay, you can buy that. That's right. The deal is it has to be 70% food or candy. Even if it comes with a toy, you can buy that with EBT. This is super important for those low income, hurting for money right now, but you got some EBT. Guess what? Those particular items that you see in the store, especially, those cheese. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, those little cheese tray. They're usually round and they got the crackers and stuff you can give. Ah, delicious. Okay, but then there are other items that has toys and candy in it, or toys and food. You can buy that with EBT, food stamps, SNAP, as long as the food is 70% food in there. Okay, this is important. Okay, now also, if you're running low on toys, okay, there's no child that should be without at least one toy around Christmas. So you're having a hard time and you can't get any toys. I want you to reach out to 211, call 211. I want you to reach out to United Way, okay? And I also want you to reach out to Salvation Army, all right? And of course, there's going to be other places that you can get, but these are the big names, okay? They know every year a child needs help, and every year a child deserves at least one toy under that Christmas tree, all right? And you can get free toys, okay? Salvation Army, United Way, and call 211, and they can give you a list of places they can, and be respectful and just let them know, you know, what you need help for. Okay, don't try to give them a whole book and explain, everything that's going on. Just let them know what Just like I have notes, make a note of what you need. Okay, if you need toys and rent, let them know. If you need toys and your rent's covered, but you kind of on food, let them know. Okay, be direct and respectful because they probably got a backlog. They're trying to help a lot of people in a short amount of time. So when you have your stuff together, they can get to it a little bit quicker. All right, now I do hope this helped you, and I ask you to give this video as well as any of my other videos in my community page or my playlist that you find entertaining, helpful, or just funny, because I do some comedy, a thumbs up. All right, and I ask you to share this. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever that they probably can help some people in need right now. All right, and I thank you all for your time. and I'll rap to y'all later. Y'all be safe out there. It's kind of crazy. Christmas season. People's minds are somewhere else, so be careful crossing the street when you have a lot of cars. Just be safe and enjoy your holiday season. I wish you all who celebrate holiday seasons, I wish you all a happy holiday season. Okay? And those who do not celebrate the holiday season, I wish you all happiness. All right. And I'll wrap to y'all later. Peace.